Bangchak Petroleum plans to open an ethanol manufacturing plant each in Laos and Cambodia to serve rising demand once the ASEAN Economic Community or AEC goes into effect in 2015. The company's president Anusorn Sangnimnol said that although it was only focusing on the oil trading business in these two countries, seamless operations via the AEC would create capital inflow and outflow in the region. As a result, the company foresees business opportunities in both countries that have greater available land and labor. A team from Bangchak is currently conducting a feasibility study on investment opportunities there. Anusorn explained that in order to achieve economy of scale, a plant had to produce at least 200,000 liters of ethanol per day, which requires an investment of 1 billion baht. Construction of the plants will take up to 2 years. The company will also enter a joint venture with a local partner, though Bangchak will remain a major shareholder with management control. The plant in Laos will also provide raw materials for the company's ethanol plant in Ubon Ratchathani called Ubon Bioethanol. He pointed out that the regional free trade pact should encourage people to use more gasohol, which will not just be good for the environment, but will also boost income for the farmers.
Vietnam's investment in Laos is on track to keep the country atop the list of foreign countries doing business in Laos. Laos will continue to support Vietnam's bid to maintain this ranking over the next 3 to 5 years. It was earlier revealed at a meeting held in Champasak province. Vietnamese investors are currently operating 432 projects in Laos worth $5.1 billion, and Vietnam ranks first among the 53 countries currently investing in the country. Vietnamese business operations are mainly in the mining sector, valued at $1.7 billion. In the services sector, they are valued at $1.2 billion. In the energy sector, investments are worth $867.6 million. And in agriculture, Vietnamese operations top $709.6 million. In 6 central and southern provinces, Vietnamese companies are operating 147 projects worth $2.9 billion, of which $460.9 million has been invested in the mining, energy, and agriculture sectors. In his earmarks at the meeting, Thai Deputy Minister of Planning and Investment said he highly valued the increasing Vietnamese investment in Laos, which is significantly contributing to socio-economic development and helping to improve living conditions. He said it is the government's objective to ensure that conditions are favorable for Vietnamese investors in major sectors, and that the investment climate is positive for other Vietnamese businesses considering setting up operations in Laos. To this end, the government will study the socio-economic situation and development plans to identify the potential in the central and southern provinces and select possible areas for investment. Despite the increase in the number of investments, the government will oversee all projects and evaluate those already in operation in terms of social and economic development to determine the difficulties they face and any barriers to their progress. Vietnam's Deputy Minister of Planning and Investment confirmed the increase in Vietnamese investment in Laos, saying Vietnamese investors are confident that socio-economic development in Laos will help to facilitate their long-term business operations.
Vice President of the Thai-Myanmar Business Council warned that in spite of many potential opportunities in Myanmar, there are still many challenges for the new Thai investor that must be aware of. Vice President of the Thai-Myanmar Business Council, Thanit Sorat, pointed out some obstacles that make Myanmar a target for future rather than immediate investment. He pointed out that Myanmar government still requires foreigners to invest not less than $500,000 for a manufacturing enterprise and $300,000 for a service business. Investor must also transfer half of the initial capital investment to the government before starting the project. Moreover, there is the big difference between the official and the black market exchange rates, where there is a five-fold discrepancy. To solve this problem, Thanis said the Thai government should negotiate with the Myanmar government on creating a stable exchange rate in the banking system to draw more Thai investors. He said the problem of utilities such as electricity is also a concern, as many Thai investors have complained about unstable supply. The development of infrastructure is a must, according to Thanis, naming roads, railways, and deep-sea ports to be completed to bring down the high cost of logistics. Currently, logistic costs in Myanmar are 2 or 3 times as high as in Thailand. Although Myanmar plans to develop its logistics system, the facilities currently are of a lower standard than in Thailand and other ASEAN countries. Also, the prolonged sanctions by the United States and the European Union are still causing hesitation for new investors. Although many developed countries want to invest there, they are concerned about export privileges and whether rich nations will grant the generalized system of preferences. Finally, political instability is another risk factor for new investors. Since Myanmar declared itself to be a democracy, there have often been rumors about a return to military government to control the many minority groups. Country manager for Thailand and Indochina of VMware, Chawapon Jariya Wiro, noted that Myanmar had been under a trade embargo, but the United States and U.S. companies are still not allowed to do business in there. However, there has been greater progress toward the opening of Myanmar's economy during the past few months, which has received a positive response from most countries. Chawapon said all eyes will continue to monitor the situation, and he believes there are a lot of opportunities there, and as soon as the trade embargo is lifted, investors will be very interested.